Okay guys, so today's Cricut Joy tutorial is just real quick. I tried to do it this morning and it totally frustrated me. The video was like half an hour long because I was waiting for the website to like catch up. So hopefully you guys saw the review of the beautiful butterflies collection that really kind of centered me and made me feel a lot better, and I was just so stressed out using this design space. Oh my goodness, it is lagging so badly. So let me show you my initial plan, what I could do. Where is it? Is I thought, oh, what if you can just put in a card so that way you have a whole 5.5 inch, you know, standard card, 5.5 inch tall by 4.25 by just using some really thick cardstock. So this is that really thick Crafter's Companion cardstock, matte black cardstock. And what's funny is that it'll take it into the machine, but it'll spit it back out. Do it again, it takes it in, it spits it back out. So something's in there obviously that knows if there's a matte or not. And even though this is just as thick as like the carrier for the vinyl, it just didn't work. So I was like, okay, well, that's interesting because at least it took it in. And I just typed out, hello, how are you all doing? This is just a test of this idea. So then in doing this, I thought, oh, you know what? Okay, no, let's go ahead and put it on our mat. The mat is 5.5 inches wide. So I had to cut it to 5.5 inches for it to fit in the carrier, right? To go into the Joy. And I'm like, so why don't we do that, and why don't we try basically what I was trying to do anyway, but with the mat. This is just your standard mat, it's not the card mat, and with a full-size card. So just a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper cut in half, so you have your standard A2 size card. So it worked really well. When I went to go do the video, Cricut Design Space was lagging so badly. I'm not kidding. Like most of the time, obviously this should take minutes. It took just waiting for Cricut to respond. So all I did was you take your piece of paper, do not fold it yet, and make sure it's lined up on your grid like this, right? On your mat. So it's right at the edge so you can kind of have a good idea. Whatever hangs off the end does not matter. So this is a standard A2 size card, 5.5. So when we fold it at 4.25, we have it like this. You can even write on the front of it if you wanted to. Do your thing, or even just go ahead and do it this way, right? Go ahead and draw something because there are drawing files on Cricut Design Space. And then when you remove it, you would fold your card the opposite way, right? Because that's going to be the front of your card. So I was just wanting to write on the inside of the card. So just that way you can actually make a card that's a real card, not just like the front of it and then we're going to stick it on, or just the inside or something weird. No, and we don't have the card mat yet, which is supposed to be on its way. It took a really long time from HSN. I don't know why. That was the only other thing that I had ordered for the Joy, and Joy came in a couple days, but that's taking forever. So that one you tuck it in here, and then you have this extra little piece, and then you would cut on here, right? You can draw on here too with that. But this way we have a full card that we can be proud of, not some little just tiny little tag looking thing or anything else that we've been kind of messing around with to learn the program recently. So that's what I did. The second time, the one I did for the video, I was so frustrated. I kept forgetting so many things like to mention again, you know, because I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. I sized this too large. So even though this is both 20-point fonts, this one obviously fit a little better. This one came a little bit further down than I would like. So either way, that was kind of a learning experience. So I just want to make sure I have the right pieces of paper. I have so many pieces of paper in front of me. Yes, so this one's 5.5 by 8.5, and again we're gonna line it right up to the edge because when we go to use this, you still have to kind of manipulate the program to do this right. So there we go, right at the edge. So now we have the whole 5.5 inch of the card. It's not something that we cut down. If you guys want to make a skinny card that's that you fold it in half, where it'd be 4.25 inches wide but 11 inches long, and you fold it on the 5.5. Again, you can do that too. Just put it on here, and that one you can actually put within the grid. But this one is going to be the whole thing hanging off. That's fine. We're going to use the marker, the metallic marker, just because I got black paper and I figured why not use the metallic markers. So we're going to use these. So let me go to my computer. I did get a new microphone in for the screen capture. Hopefully it works out well. It might sound different from this one, like that one's going to be higher and that's a lower sound or whatever, but hopefully it works out. And let's go right to it. I tried it right now. I just opened it up Cricut and to see if it's working well, and it's a lot faster. So hopefully we'll have good luck. So let's go over to the computer and we'll learn how to write inside a nice size card. Okay guys, so it's raining outside, so hopefully it sounds okay in here. I can hear the rain really bad. For some reason I get really nervous with these videos. But anyway, we're on Design Space. We're going to click on New Project. And someone had asked if you can work offline. Hopefully you can kind of see down here. It says you can now save projects and design offline. So that's one of the ways you can do that. Someone else said just to turn off your Wi-Fi and you're able to use it, but I have not tried that, so I'm assuming that works, but again, nothing I have done. Oh, I have emails coming in, and you can see it's already taken a minute, so hopefully this thing isn't going to lag on me. But what we're going to do is just work with our text over here. So we click on text, and so you can type out your whole message, just whatever it is that you want to write to somebody, which would be really nice. Nice handwriting, or it's not handwriting, it's nice typing, I guess, here. So let's say I'm just saying happy birthday. Oh, this thing's not catching up already. This is what I'm telling you. Oh, goodness. Someone had said if you want to, when it's lagging like this, to log out completely and then log back in, and that helps. And that doesn't mean just click off, it means log out, right? So, happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. With lots of exclamation points, because that's what I like. Hopefully this thing will catch up in just a second. This is already a bad sign that it's already taking so long. Earlier it was taking ridiculously long though, so hopefully this will be okay. Like, it doesn't even show the preview. Usually by this time you already have a preview, like in here, what it might look like. And while it's still thinking, up here on the top on the left, we're going to change the font. And let me see, I have to wait for it to catch up. Yeah, I do have to wait for it to catch up. What a bummer. I thought, okay, I'm going to do this real quick, nice and relaxed, and we will go from there, but it's already acting funny. Here it goes. Hopefully you can see over here that it's actually doing some work on the right. So there's a few different things we are going to have to do here. We're going to change the line type from cut to draw. We're going to change the style over here from regular to writing, and then we're going to change the font, but we can do those in different order, I suppose. But if you're going to pick a font, you might as well do that first. It's still thinking. My goodness. Okay, so I had shown you guys how you can pick your fonts, and then a gal here told me to go ahead and just filter for writing fonts. Like if you clicked here, search, or I'm sorry, the filter. When I did that the other day, it only gave me one font though. So I do want to show you that you can just click here on writing, see, and it'll show you just the ones that do that. But there's also others that multi-layer and writing and all those kind of things. So you can pick whatever you like. I'm just going to pick the first one because why not? And this thing hasn't even cleared out. So I like Three Birds Life's a Party. And at the very top where it says line type right here, I'm going to click on that and do draw. So we want to draw it, not cut it. So normally this would be very fast. When I tried it out last night just sitting here on my own, it was a lot faster. But, you know, such is life. Okay, I'm just still waiting, still waiting. Come on. Oh, we're also going to change the font size because that's crazy. And the alignment. So there's a few different things that I'll show you right now about manipulating this around or doing different things with. Come on. This is literally the dilemma right here. Like, why? Oh, it's barely even changing to Three Birds Life's a Party, the font type. You see that over here on the right? So we'll keep waiting. Come on. Almost there. My goodness. Okay. So, okay. Let's go and click on cut again and line type. We want to click over to draw. I guess well, it wouldn't make it any faster. And then right next to that, there's a little box, this little black box we're going to click on just to switch out the type of pen that we're going to use. So right now it says fine point, and then you can pick the color, but all that is just for you designing in here, because just you choosing the color doesn't matter. You can put whatever color you put in when you go to actually do the work. So I'm going to click on marker because I want to use those markers. And again, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to click gold because I'm going to use the gold one. I keep using the gold one. Maybe I should try the silver one. Okay, So that's that. I'm going to click away from there. Oh no, I shouldn't have clicked away from that because no. I'm going to reselect this happy birthday. I just double clicked on it to open it up. But let's see how long this thing's going to take to realize that. Those are the problem I was having earlier. It would take a very long time to like select. Okay, that's not as long, but that's okay. So we have that. Now we're going to go into style here, and we want to click on style, and depending on the font that you choose, you might have italic writing options or just writing or cutting or italic cutting, you know, different styles. But I'm just waiting for this to open up so we can click on, oh, we can click on writing. So I want to write, and I want you to see how this changes down here from this thick line. And you can do this if you want. It's just do an outline just like the way you're seeing it. But this is going to change it into like a fine, just a line, right? Words, see? All right, and then the font size needs to come way down. And I will still do 20 because I like the size of that, but you know, 18, I always like round numbers. I'm just changing to 20. So just highlight that. And then if you want to mess around with your letter spacing, which is basically kerning, or line spacing, how far between the lines, you can do all that here, okay? And the last thing I want to do once this thing catches up to the 20 font is to do the alignment. Hopefully you can see right now it's, oh, did I spell birthday, birthday? I have to fix that. Or did I do that? I don't know. It looks like this is B-R-I-T-H-D-A-Y. Anyway, so let's go to alignment. We're going to click on that, and I want to center, because I like things centered, but a lot of times people like left. I don't know why you would use right, but I guess if you're doing something kind of cool and poetic looking, maybe you want to do on the right. Did it just click on right? Okay. I was like, I don't want to click on right. Let me highlight it right. Okay. Let me make sure that birthday is spelled right. I'm just double clicking so I can open up the text box again. And of course, it's going to take a second. Oh, no, I spelled it right. How come here it looks like this? I guess that's weird. Look at birthday. I hope you have a great day. And this one says birthday, it looks like, but okay. All right, so I don't need that anymore. So what I want to do is just grab my words and move them up here. I think that's all the manipulation we want to do, but there's lots of things that you can do here. Where did it go? Come on. Okay. So I'm just going to grab it, hopefully, and move it up. And you can drag this however you have to do it on your phone or iPad. Tablet's going to be possibly a little bit different. I'm just trying to grab it and move it. Come on. And I don't use the rotation over here, but you can. I'm going to rotate it by grabbing it. Is my preference. But up here where it says rotate, you can go 90, 180, 270. I guess I could do 270. Let me see what it does when I click 270. Because I want it to turn, but I want it to turn so that the words are up this other way. Yeah, 270 should do it. Why? Oh my goodness. I'm going to click it again. And not get ahead of myself. I'm just going to click on it, so hopefully it'll highlight. And just once. If you double click it, you're going to open it up so that you can change the text. But if you just click it one time, you should grab it. But of course, this thing is doing what it's doing. I tell you, I'm usually a pretty chill person, but this is the kind of thing that is just aggravating to no end. Come on. You gotta be kidding. This should literally not take this long. This is really bad. I'm gonna take a quick pause and I will be right back. This is the only thing with this. Whenever I go away to use Cyberlink, I have to come back here, and even if it did click and responded to me, I have to click again, and then it unclicks. So let's see. This thing is so crazy. I've been waiting for like 5 minutes. I'm not even kidding. Come on. Okay. Ooh, hopefully it just stays there. Please just stay there. Okay, I'm going to go rotate. And I'm going to do 270. 270. If it ever catches up. Please don't respond to all the clicks that I did, because it's going to go click on and off and on and off and on and off if it's not responding right now. So hopefully we'll see what happens. And all we're going to do is kind of line it up over here. It doesn't really matter, because when we go to print it on our mat, the mat's going to do its own thing anyway. So we're just going to manipulate it a little bit right now. Come on. Okay, at least it's responding to my numbers now. 270. Okay, enter. And hopefully that turns it the right way with the words going the right way. I guess it doesn't really matter because I can put my paper however I need it to be. There we go. Now you see that. Okay. Now I would like to drag it over here. That's literally all I want to do. Come on. No, not that. Not the highlighted. I want to take this and bring it over here with me. No, this thing is so annoying. Well, no, I was say maybe there's a way. See the position XY? I can probably move it that way over here with this position XY. It's at 3. So let's say X I want them to go to be like at 1 inches basically. Right? So maybe there's another way of doing it better. I should change both quadrants. Yeah, so we have 1 inch, and then let's say, I don't know which one it's, at 4, is that what it says? 4 1/4? Okay, so I actually want it like at 3/4. 0.75. 0.75. This is only because it's not letting me drag it. If I could drag it, I would just do it myself. I wouldn't be doing math over here, guys. Sorry. See, it's a little bit too high anyway, but that's okay. All I want to do is put it over here. This is fine. Now, again, I clicked it, so now it's unclicking. Oh, this thing. Either way, whenever we can click it again, when it responds to me, I want to then go ahead and click attach down in this right corner. Okay, so here we go. So attach. And all I'm doing with that is like making it stay vertical in this direction. If I didn't attach it down here, if I didn't click on that and I went to make it, it's going to leave it left to right for some reason. It doesn't even pretend that you flipped and did all this stuff. So I'm going to leave it there. We clicked attach, and we're going to click on, I think I did everything I wanted to do. Make it. And then I'm going to go back to my Joy, and I'll probably finish it up there because literally all I'm going to click on these things is like go or unload, which is not anything anybody needs to watch the whole time. But let me show you what it shows and what I meant by it's going to do whatever it wants when it comes to this mat. So whenever this mat opens up, it says sorting project into mats by color, which is only the one. And we're going to say click on mat. That's where I want, and I'm going to click done. And let's see what this thing says. You know what I didn't try though when I tried just using the thick paper is to do not on mat. So I wonder if I had it that way, if it would work. Okay. So my words, the way I see them, they're a little bit too big again, in my opinion. The I hope. But I'm going to leave it alone because I'm not going to go back. This thing is so sticky. But if you come here and it looks like, you know what? It looks like it's passing 4 1/4 here because 4 1/2 is like here. You know what I'm saying? So 4 1/4 is just like here. You can go back and, just change the size of your font or change the way maybe you do I hope you, or I hope space or return, and then you have return a great day. However you want to do it. I'm not going to mess with it right now because this thing's aggravating me so badly. So I'm going to click continue. Okay, I'm sorry, my son came downstairs. But anyway, so it is a little bit too big. But what I'm going to do, if this will let me grab it, I'm going to touch this thing here, and I want to move it down a little bit like this way. Because otherwise it's right at the top of the card, and that's not what I was looking for. But normally, when you come in here, you can select the item, and you can still manipulate where you want it on the mat. And this thing is just lagging, and I see my UPS guy, so he's going to ring the doorbell. That means I should have my Crafter's Companion stuff that they sent for review, so that's fun. Did he not ring my doorbell? It's raining cats and dogs outside. I guess he wants my boxes to get wet. Okay. Come on. I'm still clicking on this, trying to get it to react. Come on. So I think when you guys see, my frustrations with this, at least in real time, you're seeing exactly what I'm dealing with here. I'm sure you're dealing with the same. Come on. My son's going to come out downstairs again. There we go. Okay, so I just want to move it down some on the card. And remember, 1 inch of our card is out here. So it doesn't have to be completely, and I guess it probably was okay where it was, but there we go. So around the line, that's where I want it. I'm going to click continue, and I don't remember what I said before, but the rest of this I'm just going to go to the joy and do, because otherwise, look, it's going to look for it, and all I have to click is like go and unload and things like that. But right now, when it finds the joy, the next thing we're going to do is select the type of paper, which doesn't really matter, but it's just cheap Recollections paper, so I'm just going to click that and then say continue, or whatever the next thing it tells me is. So we have set material. I'm going to click on cardstock, and that is there. Once it highlights and lets me click down here, I'm going to click go, or whatever it says. Oh, okay. So load tools and materials. So let's go over to the joy and finish this darn thing up. Okay, we have our items here, and I probably should have gotten this out, but now I have to go pick up my kids. I'm telling you, I've been trying to work on this all day. So one hand, got this. I like to put the pen in, before the cutting blade is already out, because I just left it out from earlier. So I'm going to put my pen in. I'm going to close that up, and we're going to put in our carrier. Oopsie. You know what? I need to remove this thing. Hey, it's been getting in the way, but that's okay. Yes, I live right in the middle of town, so there's always a lot of activity. You hear all that. Okay, so we're ready to go. I'm going to go over to the computer and just click go, and I'll come right back and you'll see it doing its thing. Just so you know, this does its thing very slowly. I don't know why it's doing all the H's right now. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, so it just kind of skips around, does its thing, but I will come back when it's done. But again, people said they like to see this part. It's really pretty. I mean, the pens are really nice, the markers. And I'm sure we're going to try to hack it and see if we can find another marker to fit in there. But for now, I'm happy with these markers. And they're not super expensive. At least I don't think they were. But I'll let it keep going. Again, if you think the letters like this might be too close because you're using a marker, that's why you have that area, the kerning. It's called kerning, but on there it says horizontal, I guess. You can mess with the letters. You can put more spacing in between them if you want to do that. So there's lots of things you can do to manipulate this. Just put it in the direction you need it to be and you're good to go. But I'll let this keep typing up or doing its thing, and we're pretty much done. Okay, you know, it would be nice if the machine had a button at least for unloading. I'm not going to unload it right now because that means I have to walk back to my computer. I'm just going to take the paper off, take the card off the layer here without unloading it. I just removed that. And there we go. So, saved by the bell, I guess. I gotta go pick up my kids right now. Okay, so anyway, so you would just score your card. I'm just gonna fold it in half, but let's say, like I said, let's say you had drawn something on here you want on the front of your card, just fold the card the other direction, but don't make the fold yet. I know in some videos, people fold it and then unfold it, I guess, for the card mat, possibly. I don't know. So you can tuck it in and draw on the front, or draw on the front, draw on the inside, and then you have this thing that's all kind of messed with. So this way, you just haven't messed with it one time. When you're done, if you wanted to draw on the front and write on the inside, I would, write on the inside like we had it, take it off the mat, flip it over, do your drawing here, and then take it off and fold it. So hopefully that showed you guys how you can do something like this really quickly. I mean, if that doesn't bother you, it doesn't really bother me, but just, know, I like the font to being about 18, 20 points, and I think that's a good thing. Really cute. So again, hopefully that's just another idea to give you guys to do what you like. I guess you could also probably get a design that will cut into this. I don't know why you would want to. And you can still cut on the front of your card in that same on that same mat, right? 5.5 inches. It goes in there. It'll take it, even though it's at the very edges of the mat. So I do like that as an option. But if you have any questions or any suggestions, please let me know. And I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.